Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going to be going over the all-new 2023 Kia Sportage. Now I'm going to show two different Sportages in today's review, and with that being said, let's just get right into it. Let's go over both of these Sportages. Now, one of them is the Sportage Hybrid. The other one is the Sportage Plug-in Hybrid. This first one we're looking at is the Plug-in Hybrid. So we'll go over the specs of that first. So for the Plug-in Hybrid, you have a turbocharged 1.6-liter four-cylinder that goes through a 6-speed automatic transmission. Apparently, it's going to have a driving electric range of like 32 miles, and it's going to have about 261 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque is the current estimates. Now, as for the hybrid that we'll go over shortly after this one, it still has a turbocharged 1.6-liter four-cylinder, still goes through a 6-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are down, though, to 226 horsepower, and being just a hybrid and not a plug-in hybrid, right, you're not going to have that full electric driving range, technically, right? Because the way for the battery to get charged is via the engine versus with the plug-in hybrid, right? Again, you can plug it in. Now, you guys saw the elements here on the front end of the new Sportage. Notice the plastic molding there around. This particular one is an X-Line, so I think it's pretty cool that it's a plug-in hybrid and it's like their off-road package as well. You guys can see the mirrors are all blacked out, and then here's the full side view. And I love the matte paints they're doing and the satin paints that they're doing with Kia, Hyundai, and Genesis. But I will say, just a recommendation: the paint looks amazing, but just understand that if you get it, then you're going to need to wrap the entire vehicle in paint protection film because if it gets damaged, it's kind of a little bit of an issue, and it's very difficult to clean as well. So just understand that you'll have to take on that additional expense if you get this type of paint. So just something to consider. You guys can see a little charging port right there, and storage space is great. The Sportage is not a huge SUV, but it's decently sized, and so there's quite a bit of storage space there in the back. You can see the giant Kia logo there on the back as well, which is always interesting. Now, popping here to the interior with the Sportage, you guys will notice, not too crazy, but you do have some nice padding where you can rest your arm, all that fun stuff. I love the look of the door handle. I think that's definitely cool. And notice the speaker for the sound system, and then also all the storage space as well. It's great. And then here are the seats, which I thought looked really cool from a design standpoint, especially the center portion of the seat. I think that looks great with all of the stitching and all that stuff. And then popping in, you guys can see here, legroom is great, and then headroom as well. And then you guys can see the vents right there for the rear. And then we've got the cup holder armrest situation. And then we have the full panoramic sunroof here. So quite a few nice features. I like the wood trim there. That's why I touched it to see if it felt nice. Then you guys can see here with the front door panel. Pretty much identical to the rear from a design standpoint and from a material use standpoint as well. You can see all the window controls right there. And then again, door handle. And then also you have memory seats. Then you guys can see a quick look at the mirror there. Another speaker for the sound system. And then here's the front seat. So you guys can see again with just the design there in the center looks fantastic. Really cool with the bolstering. And then you guys can see the adjustments there on the side of the seat. And then quick look at the pedal layout down below. You can see the pedals actually look really nice and premium. And then actually popping in, you guys can see all the controls there off to the side, like, the gas cap release, for example. And then here's a steering wheel, which again looks really nice. Got nice leather wrapped around it. And then you can see the contrasted stitching there. And then you've got all the controls there for the cruise control, steering assist, and voice command controls. Then you've got the paddle shifters there on the back of the steering wheel for that 6-speed automatic. Got your light stock and then your windshield wiper stock as well. And then you can see the digital gauge cluster. I tried to turn it on, but this one was like, yeah, nope, you got to have the key. And then you've got the infotainment system that's connected to it. So you guys have seen my reviews on like the new EV6, for example, or the Ioniq 5 with Hyundai, and it's got like the same setup. It seems like they're putting that like giant screen on all the cars. I think it's the stop start button, and then the transmission selector, definitely unique, kind of has that futuristic look to it. Heated cooled seats for the front, and then you've got your drive mode select, and then locker, hill sync control, you got your auto hold, and then notice you can pop in between full electric mode and then the hybrid mode as well. And then it's got the trick cup holders, so basically press a button and that like pops out. It's definitely an interesting design. I think you can see the storage space there with the center console. then again, more of that wood trim at the top, and then decent storage space within the glove box. And then again, full panoramic sunroof, got all the light controls there at the top. And again, that's a quick look at the X-Line. That is also a plug-in hybrid with the new Sportage. And then we're going to walk over and take a very quick look at the regular hybrid. I didn't need to go over all the elements because there's a lot of similarities between both of the vehicles, but you can see that you've got a HEV badge on that one to let people know that it's a hybrid, right? And the interior color was a little bit different. You can see the design there on the seats and all that, a little bit different too, right? It doesn't have the crazy design that the X-Line has. But overall, I mean, the seats still look great, and they're just as comfortable. I can say that. But you can see all the controls and everything pretty much identical. You got the giant screen, all that stuff. So there's a lot of carryover with the vehicles. And obviously with a regular gloss paint, definitely makes the Sportage look quite a bit different. But feel free to freeze the frame on this portion if you want to read everything that comes with the hybrid Sportage they had there in the EX package. And then they had another plaque for the X-Line plug-in hybrid. So again, feel free to freeze the frame if you want to read all of the equipment that comes with that. And there's the new Sportage. So we're just going to do a quick little test drive with this TRX. You guys know I own a TRX, so it's not like I really need to go and test it out, right? This will just to be kind of show you guys, I can't talk today. This will be to just show you guys, you know, how a base model drives, right? I'll tell you guys if it drives any different than a loaded up TRX. But spoiler alert, doesn't feel like it drives any different. The only difference I'm noticing is the steering wheel feels a little bit different because it doesn't have Alcantara like my TRX, and right, just looks, the dash looks a little bit different. The infotainment system's different for 22, so that looks a little bit different as well. And man, today it's gotten crazy hot. It started out at like 30 degrees and now it's like 70. Utah is weird like that. Supercharger sounds great, right? We'll pop it over into the, not the snow, not the tow, sport. It's one downside is with the 22s, you can't just like select the drive mode like in the 21s. You have to like press the button till you get to the drive mode, which is a little bit obnoxious to say the least. And the other thing to mention, seat comfort's great. This feels, the seats, I mean, same seats as what my truck has, so even if you get a less equipped TRX, you're not really getting a downgrade on the seats. Still quick, not gonna go crazy on